Hi everyone, welcome back to my Dev Web App channel. Today I'll show you how to work with local storage in a React project. Let's take a look at the app. I have a weather app and there are some settings like mode and units. Dark button allows to change the mode and Fahrenheit button allows to change the units. And when I refresh the page, the settings are lost, and the user might need to set them again every time they visit the site. I want to fix it using local storage. I opened my weather app project in Visual Studio Code, and now I'm going to change the settings and store them in local storage. And I'm going to open header component, and inside the code we have use effect hook, and that is called when dark theme changed. And let me add some local storage settings, and I'm going to use local storage and set item, and as item I'll provide the key, and it's a string, and I'll provide mode, and now I can set a value, and for value we need to check when we have the dark or light mode, and let me create const variable and name it mode, and I'll check if dark theme, then I'll provide text dark, and otherwise I'll provide light. Okay, and now I can use my variable and provide value to local storage. Okay, and now I'm going to run my dev server, and with command npm run dev, and open my application in the browser. Now I'm going to open developer tools and go to application and select local storage and my local host. And now I'm going to change my theme to dark. And as you can see, we have mode with value dark in our local storage. And when I change back, I have mode and value light. But when I refresh the page, then I have light again, and let's change that. And for that, I'm going to add one more use effect, and we'll provide the function, and we'll call it on component was mounted, and for function code, I'll implement changing my state variable depending on the state of the local storage, and let's do it. And I'll provide mode, and we'll use local storage and get item, and we have key, and we used mode, and now I'm going to use that key and extract mode from local storage, and now I can check mode if mode equals to dark. Then I'm going to set dark theme to true. And we don't need set dark theme for light, because by default we have a light mode. And let's check how it works. And now I'm going to refresh my page and set dark mode, and we have value dark in our local storage. And now I'm going to refresh the page, and as you can see, we have dark mode after refreshing. And so now let's go to this units settings, and I'm going to provide Fahrenheit, and let me refresh the page. And as you can see, we have dark mode, but we don't have Fahrenheit, we have Celsius, and let's change that. Now I can close this panel, and I have use metrics file, and inside this use metrics, I have toggle metric function when I change the state of my metrics, and let's add local storage here. And I'm going to use local storage. Local storage is a global JavaScript object. And I can set item, and as key I'll use my const metric, and as a value I need some value, and for value I'm going to use current metric units, and we need to refactor the code. And, let me add some new variable, and it will be new metric, and initially it will be empty object. Now I can refactor my if, and here I'll not return imperial, but I will assign, and I need brackets here. Okay, and I'll assign new metric this imperial, and so add else statement, and instead of return I will assign to my new metric, and will assign copy of metric, and I did it to retrieve current metric, and we'll use it new metric, and we have units inside our object. Okay, and I need to move this code inside my set metric, and now I need to return new metric because I refactored the code, and every time we toggle the metric, we will set new item in local storage, and let's check. I'm going to change units, and as you can see, we have metric imperial, and now I can change back, and we have metric and also imperial, but we don't retrieve the metric, and let's change it. And for that, I also will use hook use effect. And, I'm going to add use effect hook, and provide some function, and we'll call it initially when component was mounted, and inside code I'll retrieve my metric from local storage, and I'll store it in some const like stored metric, and we'll use local storage and get item, and as item we provided, as key we provided metric, and I'll retrieve a metric by this key, and let's check if stored metric and equals imperial. I'm going to change the metric, and I'll set metrics, and will provide imperial. Okay, and by default we have metric, and if we have metric in a local storage, we don't need to change metrics because we have that value already. And let's check, and let me refresh the page, and as you can see we have Fahrenheit because we have imperial metric, and I'm going to change to metric and refresh the page, and we have Celsius and meter per second, and also I can change dark theme, and we have light theme, and check again. Okay, I can close this panel, and let me change the setting, and we have light mode, and now we have dark mode, and let's check units, and after refreshing we have the same units, and everything is working, and that's all that I had for today. If you like the video, subscribe to my dev web app channel, like the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.